Cannon Spike. It's an exciting name, but is it an exciting game? A troubled world economy caused a surge of mass terrorism. It's almost like the potential future that awaits us in COVID 2020. Let us hope not. So this has got some really cool characters from multiple Capcom games, including Cammy from Street Fighter, right there on cue, and even, I believe, Megaman from Megaman. So I don't really know much about the game. I've never played it, but I know that because I remember that being really cool at the time. It's obviously Capcom are keen to do that type of thing, put the games in multiple properties, as we saw with obviously things like Marvel vs. Capcom. So interesting. And of course there I selected baby difficulty, which I think just sounds exciting. Gotta go with Cammy. Don't really know what type of game it is, other than being a shooter, I think. Okay, so here we go. Interesting top-down view. One of the drawbacks straight away you might be able to notice from how I'm moving is it's not a dual, twin stick shooter like it should be. If it were done on a modern system, and the reason for that is the Dreamcast had one stick, so it couldn't be done. But yeah, that's a bit frustrating because as I move, it's only able to shoot what is directly in front of me and not fallen Balrog. Sorry to cut off there, but how's that Balrog? That's clearly Vega, right? From Street Fighter. Maybe they got the name wrong. It's interesting either way. It looks like there are references to other Capcom games within this too. So this is a bit of an oddity, you have to say. It's fun though. I can say that, a couple of minutes into the game, it's definitely a fun little game. It's reminds me a bit of games like Dead Nation on PlayStation 3 or Alienation as well on PlayStation 4. Robotron, Geometry Wars, that type of gameplay. But again, all of those have the twin stick, and that is the drawback here, I'm afraid. Okay, so I can punch too. I can use Cammy's kicks. Fun fact, and a bit of trivia for you that I do know as a Street Fighter fan, Cannon Spike is the attack, the kick that Cammy uses. That's the name. So the game's obviously named after that, I would assume. It is a Dreamcast exclusive, one of many, as we're finding. It's another arcade port, so I say console exclusive. It was in the arcades, and it's got a very arcadey feel to it. Playing it, definitely a quarter muncher. I've put it on baby difficulty, as we saw, just to try and get a bit deep into the game and see what it has to offer. Interesting name. Rick Blue and Bob Green I'm fighting here. So the levels seem quite short. Just a quick little smattering of fight. Oh, supernatural elements too by the look of it. With some kind of gargoyles I'm fighting here. But yeah, I do like this. I like how Capcom's willing to put its characters in other games, a bit like Nintendo with stuff like Smash Brothers. I think that it's just cool having these kind of huge meetups and crossovers. Another really good one's Project X Zone on the 3DS. I love that game. That had Sega and Capcom and other properties in it too. It was sort of action RPG, I suppose you'd say. But this is a very weird game. Let's call that out. I mean, what is it I'm fighting? What's this? Attack-wise, I've got the machine gun, which doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. The punch and kick combo does a lot more. The Bio Gorilla is taking it at the minute from me, along with these moth things. What a bizarre game. If there was a story at the beginning, apart from the fact that there is mass unemployment, I missed it. I missed what the reason is of why I'm now fighting whatever that is, Biomonster Giant BB. But who cares? It's fun, and it's just yet another really fun game on the Sega Dreamcast. How I am loving getting back to this system and playing some of the games that I missed. So Mega Man wasn't available when I was selecting my character, so I can only assume that he's perhaps unlockable. I remember his involvement in the game, along with Cammy, being something I thought was really cool at the time, but I'd never bought this one. It came out in the year 2000 elsewhere, but for some reason, as I was finding when I was doing a little bit of research for the framing of the video where I put the facts at the side, it didn't come out in the UK until 2002. Really weird. So almost 2 years after Japan and North America, we got the game in the UK. So very much towards the tail end of the Dreamcast life. Very much. I think, in fact, at that point, Sega would have already announced that they were discontinuing it. So we get a bit closer. To these guys, they're not taking. The machine gun is really lightweight. See, it's just that there. You see where I had to kind of strafe across from the guys. That's because of the fact that I can't directionally fire, which is little irritants that I've got. If you had that, it'd be so awesome, as opposed to simply very good. But yeah, I don't know how it was received at the time. I would hope quite well. This is exactly the type of thing I loved on the Dreamcast. They all have this very distinctive look. I'm assuming, as this is a Capcom game, and just because of how it looks, it has to be using the same engine as Power Stone, I would have thought, because it just has the exact same look to it. The thrusters on this mech and the projectiles it's firing look very much like some of the stuff that you'd get hit with in Power Stone. So, yeah, I don't know that for certain, but it's just something that comes to mind when I'm looking at it. Making steady progress though. This guy's a little bit tougher. The UFO Robo Vader. But I think I'm about to get my first life taken away from me. See how long we can last on baby difficulty. There we go. It's worthwhile putting games like this that are arcade ports, I think, on an easy difficulty, because by default an arcade game is just going to destroy you on anything above normal, because it was a quarter muncher. They just destroyed you financially to get money off you, basically, and kept you constantly struggling to progress without putting another quid in. As I always remember, when I finished Time Crisis 2 in an arcade, and probably spent in the region of £25 doing so. I don't regret it for a second. I wonder if my name is still on the Time Crisis cabinet somewhere on the high score table. I was in Gran Canaria. That would be really cool to know. We're off on a bit of a tangent here. These guys are a little bit irritating with the flamethrower. See, they're going down in one hit from the sort of blast that I do, but the machine gun does nothing to them. Flying Fortress Kabuki. It's a very fun game, It's weird in that your stage element is, 30 seconds to 2 minutes, then you're fighting a massive boss. Seems to be the order of the day with Cannon Spike. I don't know why Cammy's in it as well. There must be some reason why Cammy and Mega Man are in it in the story. Does that mean Mega Man is in the Street Fighter universe? Who knows? There we go, he's down. He's back up. Snowboard Robo Rusher. Very fun game. I imagine it's great in 2-player, as you can see with the press start button in the top right. You could play this in multiplayer, which would make it a joke on baby difficulty probably, but still. It would be fun. He's going down quite quick, snowboard. Oh! He's unsheathed himself again. Just starting to struggle a bit life-wise. I'm already at half health on this life. I've only got 2 more after it. Really fun game. I suppose it's one of them games I bet without looking up the price, in that I can imagine is very, very rare for a PAL copy, just because of how late it came out. I'll have to look into that. Definitely a game I wouldn't mind owning. On the Dreamcast collection, which isn't as massive as I hoped and thought. I recently got down all of my video game collection from the attic to put in a new sort of editing office area, because of the fact that I'll no doubt be working from home for the rest of mankind, I imagine now. Hopefully not, I'm being a pessimist there, but either way I clearly needed somewhere to work, as opposed to on my bed, which is what I've done since lockdown began in England. And yeah, we're bringing down my my game collection, which has been stored in the attic for a really long time. And yeah, I don't know why. I thought I had a lot more Dreamcast games than I do. I have 20. I don't have many rare ones. I have Shenmue 1 and 2, Grandia 2, Sonic Shuffle, I think is quite a rare game, I believe. The Mario Party clone with Sonic. But yeah, it's not a console I've got an awful lot of games for anymore. I sold quite a few of them, I think, when I were a kid, or traded them in, should I say. I certainly remember Wild Metal, a game on the Dreamcast that I don't own anymore. My good friend of mine, Nick Lever, was there when I tried to escape my house with it wedged down my trousers. There is a reason for that. I'd only recently got it, quickly established it was absolutely terrible, and wanted to trade it in towards Shenmue, which I was getting the bus to Burnley, where my nearest game was, to buy. And because I'd only recently been bought Wild Metal, I didn't want to upset my parents by walking out of the house with this game that they'd no doubt just bought for me for £40. And trade it in at game and get about 15-20 quid for it. Such was the way. So I hid it down my pants at the waist. And as I was telling my mother, right, we're off, we're going to Burnley to go and buy a Shenmue, and Nick was stood next to me, this blocky mass started to descend down my left leg of the trouser, of the jeans or whatever I was wearing, and out popped a Dreamcast box with Wild Metal in it. Of course my mum didn't give a shit, but that's just the type of weirdo I am that thinks like that. And I traded it in and got Shenmue, which went on to become the greatest game I ever played, and still is. Another life gone. Damn it. Crazy Machine Jet Tiger. Yeah, I've only got one left. Jungle Master Sasuke. I'll tell you one thing, it's got a lot of variety in this game. Very much. Really relaxing to play, easy, I'm not having to think, just pure blasting up. Really good. There's a time and a place for mindless games like this. Another great one that's mindless on the Dreamcast was Dynamite Cop. Can't wait to get back to that. Used to be able to finish it in about an hour. This doesn't seem much different, although I don't know how long it is, just on the basis of how quick levels are. We'll see, I suppose. These guys are a little bit irritating. I'm starting to find that the kicking, you know, sort of melee combat is far more deadly than the fire. You know, be that machine gun or that blue thing that I fire out. I can only assume it's more of the risk-rewards type thing, because I'm having to get close up to him. I'm fighting Balrog again. Revenger Balrog. It's clearly not Balrog, that is Vega, right? It's even moving like him, it's got a claw. That's weird. If that's a localization issue, or... Someone tell me, is Balrog called Vega in Japan? Because that would answer the question. Look at this guy. Revenger Kabuki. It's him again. I've already fought Kabuki, right? I think. Just wish it had multi-directional shooting. I really do. Whilst moving. God, it'd be amazing. It'd be a bit too easy though. And this boss is ludicrously easy anyway. It was just stood there. That was great. Deep Shrine. Oh. Cat Lady Beauty. And she's attacking me with 2 tigers. Oh, what a delightful game this is. I cannot recommend it enough, honestly. If you just want absolutely mindless arcade fun, get Cannon Spike on the Dreamcast, because this... it's just great. This needs remastering with online co-op. Stat. If anyone from Capcom ever watches this video, highly unlikely, but you never know. Listen to my demands. Get this game out on modern platforms. Cat Lady Beauty is turned into some kind of Doctor Who monster. Oh, my life is starting to suffer a bit now. Hopefully we can at least get past this and see what's next. I'm dead. Last life, this is it. At least I've killed the Cat Lady Beauty. We'll take that. Going through the big door. Psychica Sting. This does feel a little bit epic. Is this the end of the game? Because I mean, arcade games tend to be quite short anyway. As I say, mentioned Dynamite Con, an incredibly short game. I can't imagine this is much longer, because you just think about how difficult this would be on normal or hard or whatever difficulty they put you on in the arcade just to make you lose lives. I bet you struggle past the first level on 1 credit. I would anyway, but as I'm starting to find out, I am pretty rubbish at a large amount of the games I've been playing. So maybe I'm not the best basis for opinion on that. And we're going to kill him now by the look of it. Oh, he's split up. Oh, I picked the right one. Psychica Sting is down. Lovely. Final mission. So we've reached the end of the game against Metal Blade Nightmare. Can we beat Cannon Spike? That is the question. I'm not firing that way. Oh, this guy is ruining me. Look at my health. Oh, what a shame if we reach this stage and don't beat him. Come on. What is... we're both at half health. He's... oh, I think I'm going to get him. I think I'm going to get him. Come on, a couple more. One more hit, I'd say. One more good hit. Oh, look at my health. Oh, yes, we got him. Oh, it's yeah, we ain't finishing Cannon Spike. Oh well, the Flame Robo Nightmare has bested me on the final stage of Cannon Spike. There we go. Score ranking. I don't know if that were me or not. It showed me at the top. I'm assuming it was, because it weren't just a sort of 3,000 number. Anyway, There we go, that's Cannon Spike on the Sega Dreamcast, another fabulous exclusive, or console exclusive for the system. I highly recommend it, great fun, great arcade shoot 'em up, stupid.